Hello, everyone. My name is Samuel B. Compton Leslie, and this is my new business concept, Studio Akawa. If you want to contact me at sambcl1979@gmail.com, right there at that link. So my studio, a new business concept, will be about creating anime and manga that will change a saturated market for the better. Create content that helps promote mental health awareness. Otaku and nerds alike will enjoy dynamic new media that will change the anime industry as we know it. Before I move forward with the presentation on my company, I would like to address who I am and my personal details of my life. My name is Samuel B. Compton Leslie, and I'm a digital artist and writer. I previously worked in automated tech industry as a autonomous vehicle tester. I'm entrepreneurially focused to change the entertainment industry as a whole globally, starting with Japan, then the United States, and then hopefully the world. And in my LinkedIn profile, you'll see more details if you click that link on my slide. And then moving forward. For my entrepreneurial profile, I chose Donald J. Trump as my entrepreneurial focus. I chose him because he represents a lot of what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. He was a real estate agent, a multi-billionaire real estate mogul, and he wrote the book Art of the Deal, which is a bestseller. And he started the Trump brand, which led to eventually him to be on the show The Apprentice for over 12 seasons. Controversial as his politics may be, he is a successful business owner and owns the Trump brand, built the Trump Tower in multiple locations in the United States, and has many other successful real estate ventures under his belt. And his attitude and his focus and determination to do what he wants to do in business, no matter what, and not giving up, that kind of attitude inspired me, which is why I chose him. Moving forward. For Studio Aikawa, here are the new business concept basics. You're going to have long form and short stories that are both powerful, hilarious, and captivating, and they will be done in anime and manga style. And the content released will be also released on all streaming platforms. And after expansion of our industry, our content will be interactive in VR, virtual reality, and AR, augmented reality, as a long-term goal. And our top donators and fans proceeds will go to multiple organizations for helping people with mental health problems in Japan, and then eventually other countries who need it. And that is some of the basics of my company, Studio Aikawa. Moving forward. As far as our consumer base, feedback from them will be utilized for improving our stories as they're released. And we'll get feedback via social media. Each season, which is about every 3 months, unless that changes depending on what the standards are in Japan, we'll deliver downloadable content, including behind-the-scenes videos of our studio and us creating our content, and access to more manga chapters and stories, and other bonus content, which is another point. Our best donors and consumers and fans will get bonus content never seen, and that will be very exclusive. That will be one of a kind. And once their popularity gets international enough, we will expand studios overseas while being also in Japan. So the hope is to be in multiple countries and eventually have studios in on many continents. Some of the strengths to my NBC Studio Aikawa is it'll be the first cross-cultural West meets East animation studio, which will have very unique appeal to youth and any other otaku or anime fan or manga fan who finds international crossbreeding of styles to be interesting. And we'll have timeless content that will touch and really help and entertain lots of people, multiple demographics, and will be interactive on social media so that we can get proper input for what people like and don't like, not to fully curb what we're going to talk about and our goals and all of our stories, but to at least see what people think, to see what's most receptive, and the thing that is the least receptive we'll work on and consider other people's opinions when it comes to creating new content just for good input. And other opportunities for our company is not only will it be downloadable, but it'll have physical copies which will be available with merchandise, which we will have once we hit a higher popularity and have other companies we can work with to make that merchandise. And ideally have it in-house, which means have our merchandise, including our physical copies, to be made or produced within our own company rather than relying on other companies to work with. The brand Aikawa will expand into other entertainment mediums like film and light novels, and we will help grow artists into becoming better creators, regardless of talent and skills and background, starting with Japanese people and any other foreigners in Japan. And we'd like to also help people from other countries who want to come into our business and be discipled and pupilled and an intern in our company in order to grow the creative output moving forward. Some of my personal weaknesses within this business concept in the future is that we will have quite a small team with little experience thus far, unless we acquire other members who are very experienced with working in a startup studio, which could equal longer wait time for releases, which is a major weakness. And we won't have enough funding yet, at least that is most likely, because it's an expensive goal for our core animator friend group, which I will have some friends who I'm personally involved with in real life who know how to animate and know how to draw and know how to write, who will be involved in this company. And other threats is our competition. Kyoto Animation and Studio Ghibli are very well established as some of the best anime studios in the world, world-renowned, not just Japan. They release content faster and are more polished than ours will be, at least at first, because they have a big budget and reputation, which we will have to match in the future. Onward. One thing I need to stop is being inconsistent in my planning, personally, and not prioritizing properly, and procrastinating, especially when it comes to large projects that have a long time until due date. I make a bad habit of pushing a lot of that work off till the very end, or spreading it out very unevenly. So that needs to be worked on. So my objective My first objective will be work on one task at a time based on importance level, and I will judge that, and I'll write that down and see how much is needed to edit the content towards the very end, because all animations, all scripts, all things that we will be working on will have an editing thing at the very end that we have to do, and that has to be pre-planned on a timeline, which we have to set up before we even start working on any project. We have to have a timeline with many deadlines on it. So we're going to start organizing priorities. I will, especially, and practicing planning, and get organizational tools like personal calendars and the Monday app for our teams, and even things like Slack or any other organizational tools which will be around once my studio is fully set up. And then for another behavior analysis of my things that I need to work on and things I just have to improve on and continue with. First objective, or second objective, will be getting experience in leading a team of people, both for small and big projects. If I'm going to be able to handle Studio Aikawa, I have to have prior experience. And then I need to continue with my cultivating coordinating skills, cultivating the coordinating that I have done thus far in life, and more I need to do in the future, and keeping and growing those skills that I've recently acquired, and in order to help work with others and communicate with them properly. And then the third objective will be communicating effectively with my team to understand each other's needs, to meet deadlines in a manner that doesn't sacrifice the quality of our work, because we're going to need to make high quality work. For these next two slides, this first one, you'll see these two work in progress logos for Aikawa Studios. I excluded the word studio because it was not fitting for just getting the overall logo. But in the first slide and in the final slide, you'll see the finalized logo. Okay, for vision and reflection basics, I just need to communicate properly with each team member in the future and help work alongside those who need the director/writer's input the most. And I will be one of the main writers and directors, depending on the project, depending on the story, and which team is working on what. And especially if it's going to be the beginning, there will only be one or two projects they're working on at most. And then you learn more about how to get programmers to develop new programs for things like animation and how to make it, and having a new program that animates differently to help streamline our process so we more efficiently pump out high quality animations. So we're not sacrificing quality, but we are still doing it in an efficient way, which is a hard balance to strike, but we will do it. And every day seek to grow more and take proper breaks and rest days for rest and relaxation, and in order to keep being inspired. For revision inflection part 2, we'll consistently communicate with the fans as we develop and interact with them continually on social media for their input, and we'll also foster meme spreading, because memes are a great way to advertise and related to our content, of course. And then we'll branch out to the outcasts and nerds of each of our demographic, which will be young people from teens to early adulthood. And then we will branch out also beyond that and create more stories that appeal to other demographics as the word spreads of our studio and our reputation grows, and we're able to have different stories that appeal to different people. All right. we've reached the end of our presentation, and this has been my new business concept of Studio Akawa. If you want to reach me at that email, sambcl1979@gmail.com. Thank you for your attention. Moving forward, this company will aim to have stories that speak volumes to a generation and beyond, and help fandoms become more united, both in real life and online. And with new media, we hope to impact it in such a way where it will become a more positive landscape for creativity and for good values to be incorporated within stories that will help people instead of tearing them down, both not only for the mental health of our world, but also just in general to have more positive stories that companies like Disney, has aimed to do, and we want to do even better for. So thank you for listening. Hope you have a good day.